This week on Storymoders, it is StoryMania 3. Raiiley is joining me. Mike's not feeling up for it tonight, but this is Storymoders. Welcome back to Storymoders Podcast. My name is Robert. Raiiley is here with me. Mike is off on assignment tonight. He is out trying to find us the best chicken nuggets in all of Salt Lake City. I told him it was McDonald's. He was like, no, there's got to be something better. There's not. They're perfect in every single way. But Raiiley's here. Hi, Raiiley.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. You are right. McDonald's McNuggets, probably the best out there. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Popeyes
well, what I
is
specifically
close,
said
though.
was
I think
go
Popeyes
find
is
me the
close.
best McNuggets in town.
Oh, see, there's only one.
Exactly.
There's only
exactly.
one. There's only one.
Got
Same
him.
thing. Same thought. Big boy thinking. Oh.
Red Bull is gone.
So
I opened this 10
Stone
minutes
Cold.
ago. This
He
20-ounce
did,
Red Bull.
Dude,
Riley can attest to me. Riley, how are you this week,
I can
man? How are you
attest.
doing?
I am doing good. It is Tuesday. I am feeling good. Robert reached out to me and said, hey, I need your thoughts. I need your opinions about some things. I need you on the podcast. And I was like, I'm there for you, bud. So now I am here. And as he's wearing a wrestling shirt, I'm also wearing a wrestling shirt, So, and it's WrestleMania week. So Rob, what are we doing?
It's Robert. Never call me Rob.
Robert, what are we doing?
The name Robert. This is the third annual StoryMania. And for those who don't know, which apparently is Greg Miller, because why would he know, obviously?
He doesn't know much.
Yeah. I reached out to him and I was like, hey, would you be down to record a video or something for this? And then I asked him about it, I think on a Kind of Funny happy hour or something. I can't remember. I was just like, hey, did you get my email? And he's like, yeah, I did, but I didn't understand it, so I didn't reply. And I was like, that's fair. Okay. Makes sense.
That's why he's not
StoryMania.
in the bank holder, so.
Yeah, well, he's not Stars in the Bank. Yeah, that's Tim. Blue Sky.
Exactly.
Miller. Speaking of, real quick, already going on a tangent here.
Hit me with it.
There's a Kind of Funny podcast today. I don't know if you watched it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it was supposed to just be the three dads at Kind of Funny, Tim, Greg,
Yeah.
and Kevin, talking about being dads. And
Yeah.
and Tim,
And then Troy Baker shows.
Troy Baker just fucking shows up and kicks Kevin out, and he's like, I'm here now.
It was funny because I was listening to it at work, and then I turned off my phone because Twitch doesn't have it allowed open while I'm traveling. So I turned off my phone. I went back home, turned it on. I was like, when did Kevin turn into Troy Baker?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? When did this happen?
I was on my couch, and I was I'll be honest, I was napping a little bit. And then they just started playing music from Super Metroid on the screen, on the big screen. And then it was blah, 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 the Metroid. And then it had Samira, which is the name of Tim's kid. And then his wife brings out their baby, who's fucking 3 months old.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, I'm so mad now.
Yeah. So he's holding his baby, and she's wearing a little bomber jacket, little shirt, pants, shoes. The entire outfit matched Tim. And then Tim pulled out a blue beanie and put that on because she was also wearing it. They were just matching perfectly. Yeah.
Cuteness overload.
Yeah, super adorable. She hung out for a little bit, and then Troy Baker he was there because they were filming something about Mouse, P.I. for hire? Mouse?
Oh, is he a voice in there?
He is, yeah. I don't know which character. They talked about it in the review, but Troy Baker is a voice in there, so he was at the studio because they were recording something for later on this week. And I guess he was just like, oh yeah, they're talking about being dads, and I'm a dad. Let me go out there. I want to talk to him. And it's fucking Troy Baker. Yeah, you're going to...
Dude, I listened to the last part of that. I was like, I don't want kids. But Troy Baker is kind of making me want kids. God, the way he was talking about it. It's like, It's like, but nah, they're too expensive, Troy. I
Yeah,
can't do that.
they're very expensive.
I'll play your games though,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's funny because I'm playing Screamer right now, which has him
Yes.
in it. So like, it's funny for him
Oh
to
yeah,
pop
they
up there. I
did
was
talk
like,
about that
what?
a little bit too. I don't know if you. Yeah,
God damn it!
yeah. Because Tim was talking about how much he's been loving Screamer. So they
It's
talked about
so
Screamer
good.
a bit. Yeah. And how are you liking it?
I'm like 25% into the game, and I am like streaming it, and gonna. I'm trying to, if anything, plan a weekend where I'm just gonna stream it through the entire day. Can't really do it. WrestleMania this weekend. Again, we'll
Mm-hmm.
talk about it later.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm having so much fun with it. As far as a racing game is concerned, it feels different. It's the way you drive in it, the way turning, sliding, and all that feels is it's different, and I'm really loving it. The way that boost works, the way that like the sense of speed, and then the story. Honestly, the story is like kind of popping. Like it is an
Yeah.
anime at its hardest, and like I'm doing like trying to like do the voice because it's doing the Tekken thing of like everyone understands each other even though everyone talks in a different language. So like you have people, German people talking to Japanese people, and they know exactly what they're doing. It's like saying to each other. So
Well,
I'm
I mean,
like
the
trying to do the
Germans and the
voices of
Japanese
everyone.
have worked together in the past, so
They
that
have history, they have history. They have history, but not in this game because there's multiple of them. But like the teams that are in it, I'm like loving each one of the teams because each one of the teams have like something deep in them. It's a game that I'm excited to continue to deep dive into. That hopefully, if anything, maybe I'll be back here to talk about it more. If not, I have always plans in my head to do things if I eventually get to them and
yeah,
have that kind of momentum.
yeah. Yeah, no. When you're done with it, fucking yeah, hit me up because I would love to hear more. And maybe like don't rush or anything, but maybe by the time that you are done with it, Mike and I have maybe played it, and then we can talk about it there.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Uh, sorry. Talking to somebody about potentially WrestleMania.
Ooh, I swear to God, if you say you're going, I'm gonna be upset. Oh no! Don't give me that look. I'm gonna be
I know
mad.
for sure I couldn't do both nights because I
No.
have to be home on Sunday because I start my new job on Monday.
Mm,
Yeah.
I mean, what? You get home at like
Miss
7 o'clock in the morning, an hour before you get onto shift. You'll be fine.
Uber, drop me off at my new job. Where is it? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just covered in beer and WrestleMania gear. It's like, hi.
Is dress code? Dress code? Is this good?
Just dress code. Dress code.
Yeah, WrestleMania is this weekend. What are you excited for? Any matches that stick out to you? Any builds that are good? Because I know at least one build is total shit.
Ooh,
One of the main
yeah, we
events.
know which one. We don't have to talk about him because we all hate him right now. Fuck that guy. And they ruined that entire build up by introducing him. They
It
had an
did
easy.
not need to happen.
It didn't need to happen. They had a simple solution, but they didn't take it. Because. Anyways, the one I'm actually really excited for that I feel like they build up perfectly. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar,
Yes.
I think is going to be such a fucking match.
Yes.
That match is going to destroy some shit. They're going to destroy that fucking arena. Like, I'm so excited for that match, and I'm so glad like people can actually watch it for free. By the way, if you have like basic cable, you can watch
Yeah,
these
if you got
things free.
ESPN, just basic ESPN, the first hour of WrestleMania, both nights are free. Gabi
Yeah,
says that can't be right. I haven't heard a single thing about it. You haven't heard a single thing about WrestleMania? That's because you watch Kind of Funny, and Greg Miller's not hyped for it, so that's probably the only place
yeah.
you'd be hearing about WrestleMania from anyway.
He's not a really good spokesperson for WWE anymore. You know who
Yeah.
is? Me and Robert.
I don't know if I want that
Anyways,
label on me.
nah. I mean, listen, I'll take the paycheck. I'll play your
I mean,
games.
well, don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Let me be up on up down down. Let me be on that too.
Yeah.
Let's all do things. But no, Femi Brock Lesnar is probably the match I'm most hyped for. to be honest with you.
That's what I was gonna say too. Honestly, is I think that build has been perfect because it's just two meaty men
Two
wanting to slap
meaty
me.
men beating on each other. Yep.
That's all it. That's all it
all
fucking
it
needs
is.
to be.
The moment I think it sold it for me was like Obafemi just power bombing Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yep, this entire match is good. I'm so ready for this."
The moment I was sold on it, was Lesnar's out in the ring. Lesnar came out to attack Rollins, and the week before, Story Misters breaking the announcement. Yeah, Story Misters. That's close, I guess. That's fine. No, the moment that match immediately was good. Like Lesnar came out one week, he was like, "I'm the true." Well, Heyman said it. He's like, "I'm the true main event of WrestleMania. Here's an open challenge to anybody who wants to be a main eventer, whatever." And nobody came out. And the next week, Rollins is attacking Heyman. Lesnar comes out, and before he can get his hands on Rollins, Obafemi's music hits. And I think right when Lesnar's in the ring, Oba's music hits. It's like that's the match I want to see more than anything right now. And then he gets into the ring and is fucking ragdolling Lesnar around. You're like, yes, please.
Oh,
give me
dude, yes.
All of this. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the funny thing of I was sitting there in fantasy booking it with one of my coworkers, and I was like, I'd be fine if they did the whole thing of oh yeah, here's this person and Brock destroys them in 2 moves. Here's this other person, Brock destroys them in 2 moves. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I wouldn't expect Obafemi for the first week, and then them just being like, nah, just give it to him, just give it, and then the entire build-up's just been them fucking each other up, and it's like, yes.
My favorite thing about the build-up is that every time Oba's music hits, he does the whole entrance, and he doesn't walk to the ring normally. Obafemi is massive. He's a big Nigerian dude, and he does a strut to the ring. And even when Brock Lesnar's standing in the ring waiting to fight him, and Brock Lesnar's fucking Brock Lesnar, big massive dude, Oba's music hits, which first off has a 30-second build up to him even starting the walk up. And then he does the walk up for another.
And I don't like it. They added that. It's like, guys, we didn't need any more time to this, just to let you know.
No, we do.
And it's
take as much fucking time as he wants.
They added a 2-second break too, where there's no music and it's just black lights. Yeah. It's we didn't need that pause. We really didn't. I feel but that's my opinion. I guess we didn't need that.
Gabi in the chat, let us know who your favorite wrestler of all time is, and I'll ask you that, Raiiley, this week. Who is your current favorite wrestler, and who is your all-time favorite wrestler? Since you've already been on the podcast, I've already asked you about first and favorite video games. This is a wrestling episode. This is StoryMania 3, as you can see from the logo above us.
Look, dude.
Robert I had that commissioned.
Killed it with this. It's shoutouts.
It's fucking Canva.
No. Hey, I use Canva too. Canva does its job. But favorite wrestler of all time. I've said this a few times. It's I've always loved Shawn Michaels. I think Shawn Michaels is by far my favorite person to watch. Their ring work, them on the mic, Sweet Chin music is just perfect because it's just a good kick to the face, and it's that's what spawned all these other super kicks that everyone does. It's but no one's gonna have it like Shawn's. Current's hard to say because I like a lot of wrestlers, and I think a lot of the wrestlers deserve praise right now. Obafemi's up there. Seth Rollins, Rhea will always be mommy. She's on top. You're wearing the other person's shirt. Shouts to Joe Hendry. And I said his name. Now he has to appear. So, watch, he just burst through the door.
If I had that
but no, there's so many. Yeah, but no, there's so many good people. Trick Williams, Javon Evans, I think blows me away every single time he's in the ring. I'm so worried about that kid this weekend. I'm he's gonna hurt himself because he's gonna do some stunt where he's going to go way too high, and I'm so worried about it.
Did you see in the interview he did the other week? He said something he said something like, "Yeah, sometimes I mess up the moves on purpose just a little bit to where I don't get hurt, but it doesn't just look perfect because I could make everything look perfect all the time, and people would just get bored of that. So sometimes I kind of mess up the moves a little bit. It's like, fuck you. Don't just have that kind of ability."
Bruh.
You know?
That kid's talented.
Yeah, that kid. My worry about Javon
He's only
Evans,
21.
Yeah, my worry about Javon Evans is that because he's like, so bouncy and everything, like, I'm worried that he's going to get kind of just put into that Kofi Kingston mold of, you do the cool thing at the Royal Rumble every year. And maybe we'll give you an Intercontinental or like a US title at some point or tag something, but like you're going to be the one who, you're going to be in the ladder matches because you're going to do something fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
you're going to be the cool spot guy.
Yeah, you're going to be the cool spot guy. Yeah, and whether or not he's going to end up like a Kofi Kingston or maybe like a Jeff Hardy, because Jeff Hardy's a cool spot guy, but he got so over with the crowd that they had to move him up there.
I also feel like
put Javon Evans
weekend,
in a ladder match for the title
Ooh.
against Cody Rhodes. Like fucking old school Undertaker, Jeff Hardy. That ladder match. You know what I mean? And
here's my thing. I'm not about Cody anymore, but it also pisses me off that it's like, I also don't want Randy to win this one. Because he doesn't need to win this one.
I think he does.
He does,
honestly,
but it's like, I don't want it to be this way.
I
guess we got
worry, or not my worry, but like what I wished would have happened with Randy Orton is like obviously it can't happen now because Cena's retired, all this stuff. But like Cena was on 16, Randy's on 14. Randy should have been on 16, and then there should have been a storyline where the title gets vacated. And then it's between Randy Orton and John Cena, and the winner of that match is, the 17. But like, imagine like those two came up together. Like that's a feud that's been there forever. And if you could have made it a match that's for the 17th title for either one of them, like that's a fucking WrestleMania match. That's a WrestleMania main event.
That's
Night 2 main event.
That is a perfect main event.
Can't do it now. So instead, we have Cody Rhodes losing the title at WrestleMania again.
And then the failure of a fucking heel turn after that.
I don't think he's not going to turn heel. I don't think he will. I think he's going to be a John Cena guy where people are going to boo him and he's just going to be like, yeah, okay, that's, you do you.
The thing is, people have the ability to boo Cody Rhodes. I feel like people haven't been having the ability to boo Randy Orton. And it's like, they were still like cheering for him.
You didn't need to boo Randy Orton. Like,
you did
legitimately, that match.
You really did it.
That match is Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, done. That's all you needed to have.
The legacy is there. Legitimately, the word legacy is there. It solves itself. We didn't need fucking Pat McAfee.
Yeah, that's 100% true. You didn't need Pat McAfee. But like, you didn't need Randy Orton to be I need to hear the voices in my head. No, you're fucking Randy Orton. You've been Randy Orton the whole time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's like, wrestling is weird right now. AEW is kind of solving that problem as far as like
AEW's dope.
Wrestling is concerned.
MJF, fucking
TNA's there. Dude, MJF is my favorite. He's my favorite dickhead.
Yeah.
Him and like Ethan Page both are on my list of like, these guys can play perfect dickheads and I'm okay with it.
Ethan Page, I don't know why.
Dude.
No, I don't know why. And this is going to sound weird when I say I don't know why. I fucking love Ethan Page. He's one of my favorites to watch. I don't know why.
Something about him. There's something about him being a good dickhead, but also like having this like attitude about him that's like kind of I can't explain it either. There's something about him that's like, no, it is the all ego thing. It's like he plays it perfectly. He's
yeah.
an asshole.
And yeah,
And
like I
then
said,
you
I
have
don't know
MJF
why,
on
but
the
I
other
just
side.
when he like showed up in NXT, I was hype. You know, seeing him in AEW, I was hype for him. Like, and I'm just like, oh fuck yeah, Ethan Page is here. And then I think, why am I an Ethan Page fan? I don't know him from anything. I just, you know,
You know him
um,
being, the greatest,
my yeah.
longest,
What when I asked you who
generation.
the best wrestler of all time is, I was about to say there's only one correct answer, and that answer is Shawn Michaels. And then you said Shawn Michaels, so the greatest of all time.
He's up there,
He's number one.
That's my guy. Undertaker, I think, is probably next after that. Gotta love me some, Mark
Fuck Undertaker.
Calloway.
Fuck Mark Calloway.
Oh, ooh. We heard it here first people.
Yeah.
Now you're not gonna go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
It's kind of the same reason that I don't like fucking Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
Listen, yeah, no, when Netflix is like, we're doing a documentary, I'm like, yeah, I didn't know you guys didn't want the views. It's like, all right, I'm gonna watch the Shawn Michaels one.
I was close tonight to, instead of buying my normal Kona Big Wave, buying a couple cans of the Hulk Hogan Real American Beer because it's StoryMania season. You know what I mean?
You don't want to.
No, it's not good. I've tried it before. It's not good.
Yeah, no.
They don't sell it in the store anymore.
Good.
Those sales died.
Have
with
you noticed
him.
that? You noticed? Yeah, I was gonna say you noticed that they don't advertise his shit anymore on their fucking rings and all that. Yeah, no, that shit's gone.
I went to, I think it was in November, December, whatever. We had a 2-night event here in Salt Lake. It was SmackDown and then Saturday night's main event. And I went to the Saturday night's main event. Okay, it's where CM Punk and Jey Uso wrestled for the title because it was vacated because Seth got injured. Yeah, no, I went to Saturday night's main event, and it was at the Delta Center, which is the big stadium here, the big arena, the big Utah Jazz arena here in Utah, and
yeah,
they had a fucking like beer garden place that was all decked out with Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer. So it was like it was Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer garden, and it had like signs up everywhere, and you could go in there and you could get his beer and everything, blah 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 blah. There's one person in there.
No one
when
there.
I walked by. To be fair, this was before the show started. Okay, but this was like maybe half an hour, 20 minutes before the show was starting. So like there were people in the fucking arena. There's one person in there drinking a beer. But no, I tried that beer on camera right after he died. Because I was like, hey, at least the money's not going to him anymore. It's just a fucking basic-ass, shitty, light beer. So, nothing.
I'm not a huge beer drinker, so like...
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me in any way. It's like,
yeah.
Looks like another shitty piece of product. It's like, I want to try the Stone Cold beer. Don't want to try that one either. When that one doesn't sound probably good.
Ooh,
either.
The Stone Cold's American Lager? Delicious.
It's actually good?
Oh my god,
Really?
It is so good. They sell it usually. Actually, no, I don't know if they did last year, but when I went to Mania a few years ago when it was in LA, they were selling it out in the concourse. Actually, no, they were selling it last year in Vegas too. Not at Mania, but at WWE World. They were selling, you could buy like a can of it. And yeah, they were selling it in LA, and my buddy who doesn't drink at all, like he's not, I was with two friends. One is straight edge, so he doesn't drink. One doesn't drink, he doesn't like it, but he was like, oh yeah, let's like, I'm going to try one of those because it's Stone Cold's beer. And he was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I knew he wouldn't, but I did. I like the American Lager. Fucking delicious. I had 4. Bad idea. Very expensive.
Ooh, I can bet.
Yeah, but Broken Skull, American Lager, that's a good one.
Hell yeah.
And the best wrestler right now, hopefully he comes back, Kevin Owens.
Oh, that was.
I miss you, KO.
I'll be honest. That wasn't our like, even though I know you hate this whole like reveal of the voices in his head, honestly, I was kind of hoping for it to be Kevin.
Yeah. I was hoping that it was Kevin Owens because then Kevin Owens would be potentially cleared, or he'd just be on my screen more. That's all I want.
He'd be like him and a manager like speaking role. I think would still be perfect.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I think it would be perfect for him. So,
Yeah.
especially an advocate for like Randy, like their tag team was already great. So imagine them together.
Yeah.
I think that would have been great. But no,
And it would have been perfect because like when he left, he was in the feud with Cody Rhodes, so like that could have easily played into that. But
it
you know, he
worked
just doesn't
perfectly.
look. Cody Rhodes or Kevin Owens doesn't have the pull with Dodge Ram to get 25% off WrestleMania tickets. Okay, he just
I
doesn't
thought that
have
was
it.
the funniest part of this last week on Raw was or SmackDown when they were doing that and he was doing a promo and the little thing at the bottom said 25% off of WrestleMania ticket. I was like, this is
Yeah,
such a stupid story.
let me as we're
I
talking
hate you,
here.
Emmanuel.
Okay, I'm looking up WrestleMania tickets right now on Ticketmaster.
Oh no, how much?
They have been going down every day.
But I need good tickets. Listen, I don't want to be in nosebleeds.
No. Here's the thing. I've been to 3 WrestleManias now. Okay,
Okay,
there are no good seats unless you are in the first
that's
like
fair.
2 rows. Because 3 rows back, you're behind some people who are standing up the whole time. It's annoying. Maybe you know like lower bowl centered, you're
Mhm.
fine. But it's the fucking. Have you been to like an NFL game?
No, not in years.
Not, but you've been to a big sporting event, like a big sports game.
I've been to a WWE event.
Okay, where was it at though?
Uh, our arena is called the Ball Arena, and like I got like pretty
Okay,
close. We also had AEW, the most recent one, and they did bowls in that, and that was the Mission Ballroom.
okay,
Um,
but like yeah,
for
the
in
Ball
Colorado
Arena.
residents.
That's a basketball arena, right?
Yeah,
20,000
correct.
seater.
Hockey, all those. Yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
fucking 60,000 seater, 60,000 seat place for WrestleMania, and it's not a bigger ring. You don't have a big like it's the
No,
same size ring, and it's in a fucking NFL stadium. So even that lower bowl, by the time that you get to where
it's
that
like not
lower
even
bowl
close.
starts, you're way further away from the ring than you are in like the Ball Arena. If you like the fucking if you're in the front row of the lower bowl, you know, at the Ball Arena, you're close as shit. That's the same here, like at the Delta
Yeah,
Center. I'm like this is fucking perfect. I can see this
yeah.
perfectly. If you're in the front row of the lower bowl at the fucking Raiders Stadium for WrestleMania, the ring is like at the 50-yard line, like right in the center. You're still
Hmm.
20 rows back. So when I say like the only really good seat for anything, like if you want to watch the in-ring action, it's the first couple of rows. Outside of that, you're fucking watch. I watched WrestleMania the last 3 years on the big screens in the stadium because that's you can look down there and you're seeing the matches. You're seeing 2 little tiny things wrestling each other. So if you actually want to
But
watch
it's
the
not.
match and see it, it's you're watching on the screen. But
Yeah,
the
on the
thing is,
screen.
the
You're
thing
not wrong.
is,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, it's not even necessarily about watching the matches. I know that sounds silly because it's a wrestling show.
Mhm.
It's just fucking. I was nosebleed the last year for both nights. One night I could see the stage. The second night I was like literally behind the stage, third row from the back wall of the stadium at the very very top. Okay, I
Okay,
had a fucking blast both nights because I
dude.
was just sitting around a bunch like everybody was there to watch wrestling. Everybody was there to hang out and like just be like, "Hey, we're at fucking WrestleMania. Let's get stoked." I was hanging out with this dude next to me and we were just sitting there he had his kid he had his kid there. He's like, "Yeah, man, like I saved up to bring my kids here." They were like super hype and we're just like talking the whole time. We're drinking beers. He bought a round. I went and bought a round because like we're just this person I'll never talk to again. I don't remember his name at all. But we're in the stadium together. We're watching WrestleMania. We're 3 rows from the back wall in the very, very top deck of the fucking NFL stadium behind the stage and having a fucking blasty.
I think that's something that I've told like people too. It's like I've been to like wrestling shows, and like no matter what wrestling show, there's always an energy. Like an energy of the people around you and the energy of the crowd. It's there. And like it's funny because the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, is always like, oh yeah, the crowd. It's like, but like whenever you talk to people that was there, they're always like, no, people were loud as fuck. Like,
oh, the crowd was so dead. Be like, okay, I was in the stadium, it's like, and no, it just wasn't mic.
People were loud. Yeah, it's a miking it thing.
That's a thing.
The same way you can sometimes hear the wrestlers in the ring calling their spots. We're talking to you, John Cena. Like the same way that they can change the crowd like noise. You know, they can also add crowd noises too. But like they can also get rid of them. Like that's just how it is. Like I get it. And, you know, so but yeah, like I have other plans for money this year as far as maybe down the line in September is concerned. I won't
honestly,
say now,
man, if you want to go to WrestleMania, start putting a little bit of money away each month right now. Because there's no goddamn way you or I are going next year in fucking Saudi Arabia.
Fuck that. Even if it's there next year, depending on a war. But, you know, like...
You got 2 years to save money to be like, okay, yeah, I can get to New Orleans.
Yeah. I was going to say, if it's in New Orleans, maybe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Oh, man. This is a wrestling-themed episode, but we're also a video game podcast. Riley, quit talking about wrestling, okay? Anyway, we're going to talk about
I'm a fan.
Video game boss fights and wrestling matches. This is StoryMania 3. Okay? What we like to do here at Storymoders for StoryMania 3, play the Travis Scott Fiend song. And just yell,
No, Fiend! No, Fiend!
That was... One last thing. Last year, WrestleMania. John Cena, Randy Orton, or not Randy Orton. John Cena, Cody Rhodes in the main event of night 2. And Travis Scott came out during the match because his song, like he was kind of part of the storyline, but his song Fiend was the theme song for WrestleMania. And during the match, the song played because that was his entrance music to come out. And the dude I was hanging out with, like him and his sons were there. That music hit, his son went fucking crazy. Because he was so hyped to see Travis Scott live. Loved the song, loved him.
Yes, it did its job.
But yeah. Anyway, what we like to do here for StoryMania is we like to get submissions from people. We have a few tonight. Comparing some classic video game boss fights to classic wrestling matches. These don't need to... They didn't need to be WrestleMania matches. They didn't need to be WWE matches. Just, hey, you know what? I played a video game. There was this boss fight. Reminded me of this classic wrestling match. And I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Ooh.
So I've got a couple of submission videos here. I have one in mind. I don't know if Riley... Because I messaged you 2 hours ago. I don't know if you were able to think of one. If not, totally fine, bud.
I threw a list together. I don't know if... I'm still thinking of like... If anything, I drew comparisons of people and that's about it. But like, hey... We'll probably get there eventually. We'll figure something out. I'm here for the ride, as always. The ride.
Yeah.
To StoryMania 3.
And we are... Also, I forgot to point this out earlier. New overlay. For anyone watching. The overlay is now... the borders are much more compact. There's much bigger screens with us. You're going to notice a much bigger difference here in a moment when we go to the... screen with video above us. It's much nicer. I was working on this. I was working on it with Cameron, Friendship Design. Last year we did our redesign and could not figure it out for the goddamn life of us. Turns out, easy as shit. I'm just dumb. So, it is fixed. It looks much better now. We have a lot more space. And you are going to see something much nicer here. So, like I said, we have a couple of... submissions here from our good friends Adam Gumby and Carlos Nerdade Rodriguez, who was on with us just a couple weeks ago. I know what boss fights they're talking about, but I don't know the wrestling matches they're comparing them to.
Okay.
So we are going to find out together. We're going to watch these submissions,
Yay.
and then you and I are going to talk about these boss fights and these wrestling matches. And I'm assuming you have probably seen the matches. I probably have seen them as well, so we can kind of talk about. Oh yeah, I get this. I get how it compares and everything.
Yeah.
So
we know how stories are written. How the wrestling stories are written.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's go over here to the new overlay.
Ooh,
This looks nice. I like this. Yeah. Yep.
Look at that.
Hold on. I do need to do something though.
Oh.
And you're gonna look a little weird here, bud. You're gonna look a little weird here.
A little weird. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I had to flip you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been flipped.
Yeah, you're flipped. You're flipped. Because now your shirt says Rhea. Rhea Ripley.
That works.
Mommy. Yeah. So I've got a couple here. All right. We're going to watch them. This first one is from Adam Gumby. The second one is going to be from Nerd Today. That one's like 14 minutes. So we're going to watch that one second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But let's take it away. Adam Gumby.
Adam Gumbert from
Take
the
it away,
Tier
Gumby.
List of Video Game Podcast,
Adam
as well
Gumbert.
as
Adam
Respawning
Gumby.
Fire. And I'm here today to give you probably the best submission you're going to get all day. I'm going to talk about, first, the
Can you hear
wrestling
it?
match. NXT
Yeah, I can.
TakeOver. It was a golden era of wrestling. NXT, I call
Okay.
it the black and gold era, when they were doing takeovers, was my favorite wrestling time frame of all ever. You know, it was you know, you start off with Kevin
takeover
Owens, you had
era.
your Sami Zayn's, you had, you know, the list goes on and on and on up until that COVID era. So like 2015 to 2020, I mean, they were,
Yeah.
you know, WWE was bringing all the indie people over. They were people from other promotions, building up these new people, and they had these pay-per-views at the time called NXT Takeovers, and they would be in different cities. And
They're PLEs,
just
Adam.
the pacing of the matches was great. I adored the takeover era, is what I'm calling it, of NXT, and it was wonderful. So one I wanted to point out, all those pay-per-views, PLEs were wonderful. NXT TakeOver Chicago is the one I want to talk about. This one was in 2017. This one, you know, had a lot of cool matches on it, a lot of...
He was like, the one I want to talk about is Takeover Chicago. This one, and I thought he was going to be like, this one was in Chicago. I was in my mind, I was already laughing at it, and that's not what he said, but whatever.
really good, again, future names of people who ended up being really big in the industry. But the one that I want to talk about, man, already, I don't care about Dave Meltzer even a little bit, but
Neither
this
do
is
we.
one
Have.
of his favorite matches from the year of 2017. The match that I want to talk about is Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate for the NXT UK Championship. It was a lot of people's first time seeing these two guys go at it. I think they only had like one official match in WWE before this. I believe it was a tag match. So this was our first time getting, I mean, these dudes are young, by the way. Like, I think they're both in their teens, maybe very early 20s at the oldest.
Yeah.
And
Tyler
the way
Bate was
that
like-
these guys went at
Tyler Bate was like, I think 19 years old when he won the WWE UK Championship. Like, he was a fucking kid. Riley?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
there.
Okay.
at it, because it's the whole, you know, they did this whole sell of like British strong style and whatever you want to do, however they want to label it. But these two guys, their chemistry is off the charts. Pete Dunne was, again,
Really quick. Do you know what Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate are doing now?
I don't know what you're talking about. They're just gone right now.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. Triply
Have
out.
you heard about these guys named Bruno and Rio? Like, they're fucking nailing it right now. Like,
Oh, the
those
Los
guys are-
Americanos?
yeah, the Los Americanos. Those guys are really fucking good
those
right
guys
now.
are cool as shit. Unfortunately, they didn't win the NXT tag team titles the other day. But yeah, anyway,
Dude, I kind of wanted them
to.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hope they come back soon.
yeah. I would love to see them again. But yeah, I mean, yeah, those two dudes that are just hanging out with El Grande Americano, not the original El Grande Americano, who's a fucking fraud,
Nah.
by the way.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
we went by the bruiser.
You want the one that speaks Spanish.
And him and Tyler Bate were like literally like the pace of the match where they would just like have these combos where they actually like decked the shit out of each other was amazing. And then, you know, Pete Dunne doing all his joint manipulation. It's like these guys, the way the match played out is like these guys are actually like hurting each other in a way you don't normally see in American wrestling. Obviously, again, there are other countries where a little more about the actually knock the shit out of each other. But these two guys, again, they're amazing together. They were so young. The crowd was super into it. And again, it was for a title, which, you know, added a little bit of extra onto it. But it's just these guys' chemistry and everything about this. I'm like, again, at the time, I was like, holy shit, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, they're great. They'll be, you know, main guys in the industry. They're not going to be named Butch or become weird luchadors at some point. This will be, they're going to be wonderful the whole time. But this
no idea what he's talking about.
No idea
what he's
talking
about.
On YouTube, it's like a 16-minute match. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, NXT TakeOver Chicago 2017 for the United Kingdom Championship. An amazing match, hard hitting, and I was truly floored by it. And then the thing that it's related to in video game wise. I want to go to God of War 2018. It came out a year after this match. Maybe that's where they were influenced by, because that's how video game development works. But no, God of War 2018, Kratos fighting Baldur multiple times. Again, this dude shows up to your door and you're like, well, I'm Kratos. This will be no problem. And the way these guys mollywop each other, where it's a lot of fist, it's a lot of just grabbing a dude, throw him into a tree trunk, bringing a cliff down on top of him. The way that you hit that man in that game multiple times feels like the way that Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate were fighting. It's like, oh, these guys are actually knocking people's teeth out. And again, obviously God of War 2018, pretty good game. I really like the Baldur fights most of all in that game, probably more than the story. I'll get into that another time. It's fine. But yeah, the way that that Kratos and Baldur go at it remind me a lot of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. So there you go.
Hell yes. That is a great one to start on.
Yeah. I love that one. Because here's the thing.
Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, those two dudes in NXT UK, like, it's one of the biggest what ifs is like, what if Vince was gone way sooner? What if Triple H was able to actually build these guys that he had built in NXT and in WWE UK into actual main event stars instead of, like you said, Butch. Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight, fucking incredible. Dude just beats the fuck out of people. And he was a well-known name when he went to WWE UK. And that was a big thing when that started. And then WWE UK and NXT specifically is kind of, or sorry, not WWE UK, NXT UK, whatever. I think there was a United Kingdom Championship is what it was, but most beautiful championship they've ever fucking had, by the way. But when Pete Dunne, this bruiserweight, this dude who was like known for just beating the shit out of people and, you know, being just like a no nonsense dude, shows up on the main roster, going from essentially the minor leagues to the major leagues of WWE.
Yeah.
They change his name to Butch, and now all of a sudden he's just like this wild child fucking thing who doesn't talk, and it was just, why? And there's so many whys when people came from NXT to WWE. Yeah. We talking my match? We are talking your match, Gumby. We just watched your video. We are talking
Gumby, hi.
Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate. For some reason in there you mentioned something about luchadors. We're not sure why. We don't know what you're referring to at all.
Talking about?
Adam, we don't know what you're referring to. We're talking about
those
Butch.
guys are gone right now.
Yeah. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate both on vacation. They're on vacation for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. But have you heard about Bruno and Ryo? Those guys are pretty dope.
Is it Bruno or Bravo?
Those guys are pretty dope. Bravo. Sorry, you're right. It is Bravo. It's Bravo and Ryo. Yeah, those guys.
Oh yeah, El Grande's buddies. Yeah, we're talking about El Grande's buddies. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh my God, yeah.
Those guys.
El Grande Americano.
Fucking nail it.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Original.
Dude,
fuck that guy.
Dude, they should have a tag match against Tyler Bate.
Ooh, could you imagine that?
Dude, that'd be fucking such a great match between those guys.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, no, like I'm like watching like the highlights of it, dude. Something about UK wrestling in particular is very brutal, and so watching these two guys go at it, yeah, that's Kratos beating fucking Balder's ass because Balder's like, nah,
Yeah.
bring it, bring it, like give it to me. And I remember playing that fight originally. It's like, oh, like the hits feel heavy, like you're like laying it into him, and the fact that he just does not want to go down, you throw him down that crevice, and he still comes back and comes and gets you. You throw a giant pillar on him, he's still up and wanting to kick your ass.
Yeah.
This scrawny dude who Kratos, big guy, he's not a small guy, like Balder, small, skinny guy, tattooed, looks like, your run of the mill, like, rocker, basically. You know what I mean? It is a really good comparison. The thing about it is one of the things, like, when Gumby brought up that it was like the black and gold era of NXT. It's like that was the time that I was away, and I heard so much about like WWE doing this thing here and there, and about this like this NXT thing in the wind. I'm like, wasn't NXT a thing that CM Punk did? No, that was Nexus. I was
No,
like,
it
"Yeah."
was. But Nexus came from the
Exactly.
The original
It's-
NXT was like a game
Yep.
show thing. Yeah.
It was a game show thing that Mav was on.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I was like, what? So it must be some kind of game show. But I was hearing like whispers in the back of my head, like, oh no, there's like these matches that are going on. There's these guys that are coming up through there they're like crazy and all that.
Yeah.
And Triple H is at the head of it, and like he's doing a phenomenal job, and like it's a lot better than the main product. It's like, that doesn't sound right. I'm not into wrestling anymore. I'm not going to come back. Then I came back and like I'm watching NXT now, and there's a lot of good matches, but it's like I kind of wish I had gotten to experience this black and gold era,
Yeah.
where they did do these takeovers. Because to see Pete Dunne before he was main roster, especially Tyler Bate too, because I feel like I didn't get to see much of him compete, especially now. Like he did one match and then he disappeared. But like he seems so talented as well. So I can see it. Like I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Black and Gold. Oh, Gumby in the chat here, Adam. Black and Gold NXT is goated, like 4 years of perfect takeovers and the best talent. That's all main events in WWE or AEW. Yeah, and that's it. Like that Black and Gold era of NXT, like was a whole bunch of we're getting the best dudes from the indies, like the best men and like women from the indies. And making the fucking best show. And for a good while there, Black and Gold NXT was the best fucking show to watch. And it was on the WWE network every week. It was like an hour, and you had like the fucking best matches. And the takeovers, bruh.
I just wish I had gotten to experience that, because like, yeah, it's a different time where, you know what, it kind of like relates to God of War in that way too, of like God of War changed up like how it did things, like, and all that. And look at this amazing product we got out of it. Triple H was given the hands of like a WWE product, said, hey, do what you do. And he made this amazing thing that so many people loved. And it's honestly, in my opinion, it's still continuing on with Shawn Michaels, and that's Ragnarok. If anything, if you think about it, that's like the continuation of this incredible thing that they built. That they were like probably think it's like it'll be a product where we can like test out future talent, and all that. And it turned into this amazing thing where they're like, nope, that's where the future is.
No, and that's where the future is, and you have. Like these younger dudes like coming through, like younger, men and women and everything coming through there to go to the main roster. Like you've got, we were talking about him earlier, Trick Williams, Javon Evans. Like these dudes came from NXT. Like Javon Evans obviously was on the Indies first, but I think like Trick Williams started wrestling in WWE in NXT, and now he has a fucking WrestleMania match for a title. You know what I mean? Like against Sami Zayn, who also was in NXT for quite a while.
was a big star in NXT. Him and Kevin Owens with their feuds and all of that, and that continued on to main roster. And look at them now. Even though Kevin Owens isn't around, Kevin's such a big name in WWE. Sammy is like, even though he's booed right now, was like that underdog that everyone could cheer for. Like
Yeah.
they've made a name for themselves, and
Yeah.
you know, like
The underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. I have that shirt
Exactly.
somewhere.
It's-
Aaron
it's
in the
so
chat here. Welcome in, my friend. First NXT show I watched was a takeover where Owens had his first match and attacked Zayn after he won the NXT title. Genuinely thought I was seeing some of the. Yes, that was. I wanted to bring that up. So, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are best friends. Like in real life, they are best friends.
yes,
They've been best friends for years. And on the indies, they were, tag team partners and they were opponents for years. Kevin Steen and El Generico. Supposedly. El Generico is a luchador who died.
I
I think his
forgot
soul
about
went
that
into
shit.
Sami Zayn. But yeah, it was El Generico and Kevin Steen, and they were the fucking what's a good modern day thing, like essentially like fucking Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. Like they were, we're together. Like we are part of each other's stories.
we're family. Like yeah.
Fight forever, exactly. And when Sami Zayn was in NXT for a while already, and on the night that he won the NXT title for the first time, so he was like the big baby face. Everybody loved him. Everybody wanted him to win. On that takeover that night, Kevin Owens made his debut. So Sammy's already been in the company for a little while, and he's, number one guy in NXT. Kevin Owens makes his debut that night. In the opening match, wrestles CJ Parker, who is now known as Juice Robinson over in AEW and New Japan. Not he's been in AEW a couple, but New Japan, yeah. In the opening match, and just immediately gets it's fucking Kevin Owens. I went on WWE Shop before that match was even over and ordered the Kevin Owens shirt. Like, I immediately love this dude. And then at the end of the show, Sami Zayn wins. Kevin Owens comes out because they're already telling the story. Like, yes, these two are best friends. These two have a history. These two are best friends, for life. Immediately turns on Sami Zayn, beats the fuck out of him. Does the ring power bomb onto the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring. There's no give. And
Yeah. Nope.
just brings that thing from the indies into WWE immediately in a perfect way. But this match specifically, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate have amazing chemistry, and it is just two dudes beating the fuck out of each other. And Gumby, you could have easily went with either this match or Tyler Bate. Wait, no, it's which one was it? It was. Oh, God damn it. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of, is it Tyler Bate or is it Pete Dunne versus Walter? Before he was Gunther. I think it was Pete Dunne who had matches. Or no, was it Tyler Bate? Now I can't fucking remember. But yeah, before Gunther was Gunther, he was Walter. And he's much bigger. Big dude. Just
Big. Has some meat on his bones.
yeah, the UK Walter match is wild. Yeah, just beating the fuck out of people, just like this as well. This is kind of a great comparison. This is like, Kratos is huge, and this stranger is this fucking scrawny looking dude. Walter, Ilya Dragunov. That's it. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I've seen clips of that shit. Some of those fucking chops that Gunther was delivering to Ilya. I was like, I feel sorry for his chest.
Yeah.
It's like,
but no, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, perfect comparison to this. Just two hosses just beating the shit out of each other. Stranger looks like Aleister Black, which is also very funny. Yeah. I went to a few years back in Vegas, went to an NXT, just a live event, and it was shortly after Aleister Black had started at NXT, so we got to see like the whole entrance and everything. It was dope as shit. Yeah. I also like this little thing in this fight.
Where he chokes him out.
where he chokes it. He like breaks his neck. He chokes him out and he throws him over the cliff. And then somebody went through with like the like a free camera to look at everything, and Baldur is like flipping him off as he's falling down.
Yep.
L3 and R3 to accept the truth. Yeah.
And then you snap his neck. Yeah. Then he's dead.
But no, Gumby, that is a great one. Aaron Roots, welcome in. This is Storymania, where, as you may have been able to piece together, we are comparing classic video game boss fights to classic wrestling matches. And our good friend Adam Gumby compared this fight, Kratos versus Baldur, to the amazing Pete Dunne Tyler Bate match from NXT Chicago. So, yes, thank you, Gumby. Oh man, Raiiley, do you have anything in mind just yet?
I feel like I had one for it because I was thinking about this fight in particular, and I was writing different ones down. Where is my note? Where's my cursor, if anything? Ah, there it is. No, there's. I had one. I was looking for one because this beginning fight in God of War is so good. This one, as well as the one with him and Thor at the beginning of him with Thor at the Ragnarok. It's always a good test of here's this guy that seems unbeatable versus this other guy that seems unbeatable, and them just beating each other's asses. I had so many. Honestly, I did write down God of War as one of those games that I have boss fights in. And I think I was more thinking of that last fight in particular between us and Baldur, where we get the better of him and actually beat him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's and then you have, Freya there, and Freya's upset, and have your son there. It's there has to be some game that's close to that matches that feel. And I can't think of one right now. It's probably some fucking Elden Ring game, honestly.
I can't really. There's a chance, if you're watching this after the fact, that this right now is blacked out, and that's because WWE does not like people showing their stuff, so there's no sound here. But this is just a little clip of Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne, and you can just see. You can't hear it. That's completely gone. Oh. But you can. It's just brutalizing each other, and it's fucking great. Yeah. Yeah, Tyler Bate's so fucking good, dude.
Dude, I hope he comes back soon.
Okay. All right. What do you got for me? And if nothing, I've got one. I've got the one that I wanted to bring this week.
You want to know one that I actually do feel kind of good about? So if you've ever played Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, at the very end, it's revealed that, you're about that you're about to take on one boss, but then that boss is oh, you need to run because there's something worse than me showing up. And then fucking Darth Vader shows up. I was like, that's equal to the Undertaker's gong going off. It's you're not winning, you're running. You're running.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then honestly, the immediate thing that popped into my head was when he popped up at WrestleMania 40 and took out The Rock. It's yeah, you wouldn't expect that. Dude, imagine
if it... Stone Cold.
We might get it this year, Rob.
Motherfucker? What did I say earlier?
Dude. But no, yeah, Undertaker. Oh wait, Robert.
Thank you.
Sorry. But no, Undertaker showing up at any point is Darth Vader showing up at the end of Fallen Order, and being the scariest thing that you just need to run away from, because it's like you're not beating him. Okay, Robert, have you ever played Fallen Order? Have you had this experience?
I didn't finish Fallen Order. But I played it, and I knew that at the end of it.
It was to have that happen was like, oh no, the actual final boss, because we don't care for the Rock here.
All right, everybody, acknowledge your tribal chief. Okay. Yep, I did that I went to the Game Awards last year, and when he came out on stage, I was one of a few people in the crowd acknowledging our tribal chief, because I'm not a piece of shit.
Acknowledge
you know what I mean? It's like, come on.
Nope. We all know he's also like CM Punk. He's the people's champion.
That's honestly like this week, and for the most part, I think that build has been pretty good too. The CM Punk Roman.
That build's been pretty decent, yeah.
Because it's
them
been
just kind of
basic.
the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Very like. They both can cut some really good promos against each other. They both can destroy each other. Mm-hmm. It's like this has been working. This has been working.
Yeah.
This past Monday was interesting with them being like, them being this past Monday being like, hey, like, I hate you, but it's because of this. And then being
I hate
like,
you,
I hate you
clearly respect you
because of this. Yeah, it's like a love-hate relationship. It's like,
yeah.
Y'all two should just kiss. And I was waiting for someone to put up that sign like they did with Takeshita and Okada. I saw that image. I was like, yeah, that's wrestling for you. Yeah. Just kiss.
Before we move on here, Adam Gumby in the chat says, my runner-up was Ambrose versus Harper in a Chicago street fight. They left the arena, came back an hour later to finish the match. I remember that one, yeah. Wish I could have thought of a game where you keep fighting the same boss, but I couldn't think, yeah.
But I mean, to be honest, the game that you have pulled up next, I think there is technically one that I can pull from the one game that I have actually played. That it's like, why are you back? It has a moment there.
There's quite a bit. Yeah. So before we get to our good friend Nerd a Day, I have one. It's actually a series of matches, technically, and a series of fights. So we'll start with one first. Let's go to the one with the display. And if Gumby, if you're still in chat, if anybody is in chat who is usually here each week, let me know what you think about the new overlay. I think it's just there's much more to see instead of just our background and a lot of shadows to hide the corners of the screens. But one that I have in mind. This is Yakuza 2 or Yakuza. This is Yakuza Kiwami 2. Ryuji Goda is the big bad in this one. And the entire game is literally just set up to get to the point where this fight happens. Kazuma Kiryu, our hero, versus Ryuji Goda, the big bad villain. And just two dudes having a fucking just incredible fight against each other. Both... Their biggest thing that they want to do, the main reason for this fight, kind of spoilerish, I'm not going to go into too many details, but the big reason for this fight is Ryuji's like, I'm not the best unless I beat you. Because Kazuma Kiryu is known as, he's the Dragon of Dojima, he is the best, everybody in the Yakuza world looks up to him, even if, especially in the games, do you know how much time in the Yakuza games that you spend as an actual member of the Yakuza?
I figure it's a very small part because isn't like I feel like only the first few. There's only like a few chapters in like the first in Zero where like Kiryu's a part of the Yakuza, and even then he gets kicked out very quickly.
It's like 2 days in the entire series that you are actually a member.
Even with like the new characters, it's like even that small. Like...
No, Kazuma Kiryu specifically.
Okay. Yeah. Even then, it's like that's still crazy that he has that much respect, even though he only was in it for like 2 days.
No, that's all you play as. So he's in it because in between 0 and 1, there's like 8 years or so. But just in the games, and sorry, spoilers, I guess, for the first chapter of 2 games. Like, yeah, Yakuza 0 literally starts out with him leaving to solve a murder. And it's in like the first chapter. And then Yakuza 1 starts with him going to prison for 10 years and him getting kicked out. And it's like the first day. So it's like he's actually a member of the Tojo clan as you play him for 2 days. And it's at the very beginning of the game, so you're not doing much. Everything else is just like, yes, he has like the pedigree, and he has like the gravitas behind him, and everyone just is like, I'm gonna pause. I don't want to like, I'm trying not to do any like story stuff here. Just straight up fight stuff.
Dude, story is always good.
But yeah, that's a story for 2 weeks from now when we have a video up about how long he was actually in the Tojo clan, and then we have an Oops All Yakuza episode of the podcast with our friend Funktime. That is 2 weeks from now.
I'm so excited for that one, actually.
Yes, but yeah, like the whole point of this fight for Ryu, there's like the storyline for the game. We're not going to get into that, but like this fight specifically is Ryuji being like, I need to know who the best is out of the two of us. I need to fight you to know who the best is. And it's an epic fight between two dudes at the top of their fucking game. Okay. And the match that this makes me think of, that I want to compare this to specifically, is, I don't remember the exact year, and I should have looked it up. I want to say it's about 10 years ago now, almost. Actually, no, it's probably about 10 years ago. Wrestle Kingdom, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, okay. I've heard stories of this match.
This is one of the best matches of all time. I'm gonna try to look up exactly which one it was at, but this is Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles at Wrestle Kingdom, a New Japan event, and I think it was 2016 because it was like their last. They did that and then they went to WWE like a month later.
Yeah, I was about to say this was after like he left TNA and was like doing his thing on New Japan and all that. Was this? Because this is also when like he was involved in Bullet Club at a certain point too, right?
AJ Styles was, yeah. This was Wrestle Kingdom 10. Okay, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And yeah, AJ Styles at that point had left TNA. He went to, I think he did like some Ring of Honor stuff. But then yeah, he went to New Japan and joined them in Bullet Club. And obviously like the biggest fucking thing in wrestling at the time is Bullet Club. And AJ Styles just shows up and just starts too sweeting people. He's in there with Gallows, Anderson, with the Young Bucks and everything. And is essentially kind of just being like, yeah, I've been in TNA so long, I want to like just show everybody that yes, I am AJ Styles and I'm fucking incredible. So ends up in Japan, ends up at New Japan, and Wrestle Kingdom is their, like, that's the big event in Japan every year. That's, comparison, I guess, now. That is WrestleMania in Japan.
Okay.
Every year, January 4th, that's Wrestle Kingdom time. Okay. And
gotcha.
They have just a barn burner, just an incredible match to find out, who's the best. It is for a title, technically, but that's like secondary. Because this is, Shinsuke Nakamura, like one of the best fucking guys in the world, in New Japan specifically, versus AJ Styles, just wrestling each other to find out who's the best. Shinsuke wins that match, and once again, like I didn't even remember that it was for a title. I just remember the match being incredible, and it was just two dudes at the top of their game, fucking killing it. Okay,
dude. And
then they both signed to WWE,
bro.
Right? This was 2010, I think 2013.
I think you're right on 2012.
No, this was 2016 is when this match happened. Sorry, it was WrestleMania. It was Wrestle Kingdom 10, and then hours after the event ended, Nakamura quit to go to WWE, and then AJ Styles.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
After. Oh yeah, like this. It was like that match happened, and then he quit to go to WWE.
Shit.
AJ Styles didn't have a contract. He was just like on a per event thing, and he left as well and went to WWE. Gallows and Anderson went there as well.
Yeah,
Shinsuke went to NXT, and that's like, oh, if you want a fucking good NXT match, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, Shinsuke Nakamura at the time, this is right after this match. So everybody's like, holy shit, Shinsuke Nakamura, he left New Japan. He's going to WWE, or is he? You know, it wasn't really announced yet. And then for one of the takeovers for WrestleMania weekend, I believe, I want to say it was Dallas. It was TakeOver Dallas. Sami Zayn's in the ring, you know, at just like the NXT Weekly show, essentially being like, you know, I don't have a match. I want a match. And at the time, William Regal is the GM of NXT. And he's like, yes, Sammy, we're going to get you a match, and I've got your opponent. And he, like, points to the screen, and it's a video. Video starts, dude standing there, turns around, it's Shinsuke Nakamura, and, like, he's like, Sammy, I'll see you in Dallas. And the crowd goes fucking nuts, and Sami Zayn's like, holy fuck. You know, like, he's reacting too. They go out, and that's, like, the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura in WWE and NXT at that NXT Dallas show. One of, like, the best matches you'll ever fucking see. Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, NXT Dallas. And, like, one of the best entrances and debuts you'll ever see with Shinsuke. But, yeah, so they go to WWE, and then a year or so after... When does he win the... So, Shinsuke Nakamura, I think... In 2018, yeah. 2018, Shinsuke Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay. Shit, yeah, he is a Royal Rumble winner.
He's a Royal Rumble winner. Last eliminating Roman Reigns. And in the ring right after the match, you know, he does like a little interview. And he's like, do you have any idea who you want to go against? And at the time, AJ Styles is the WWE champion. And he just grabs a mic. He's just like, AJ Styles. Because everyone's like, this is why they signed these two. Because they have this incredible match.
You want that magic again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they, you know, are setting up this match, and it's WrestleMania. Oh my God, this is going to be the biggest thing. Everyone's fucking watching it. Everybody wants to see this rematch. And it was going to be at that next WrestleMania, and Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. Okay. Now, I'm going to come to the two of us because I want to Google something here.
Uh-oh. I feel like you're about to break. Are you about to enlighten my heart, or about to break my heart? Oh. God, this game is always so wild.
This game's fucking nuts. So, Yakuza, Kiwami 2. We've got Kazuma Kiryu versus Ryuji Goto. And this is a legendary fight in the underworld. Everybody talks about it. Nobody watched it because nobody was there. After that, Ryuji Goto disappeared. Okay. 10 years, some odd later. Don't worry about the mask. This is Like a Dragon, Gaiden, the man who erased his name. This takes place after Yakuza 6, in between 6 and, well, it's after Yakuza 6. And Kazuma Kiryu is dead, quote unquote. You play as Joryu. That's the whole thing. But you go to this underground fight coliseum, and they're doing you have to go through a little gauntlet of fights. And one of the fights is against Ryuji Goto. And it's this rematch that this whole like bloodthirsty crowd wants to see. Now, is it the real Ryuji Goto? Fucking no. Of course not.
No.
It's Kiryu, but this is Kazuma Kiryu versus Ryuji Goto in front of this crowd that has heard about this fight and wants to see, just another of the same exact thing. And there's no goddamn way it's going to live up to it. And this is just a pale imitation of that fight from Yakuza Kiwami 2. And that was AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania for the title. It was a pale imitation. It was a shameful display. It was just trying to tap into what was incredible before with no uh, no idea of how to get there and why it was so special. Just that it's these two names. It's Kazuma Kiryu, but it's they don't know this is Kazuma Kiryu. Whatever. That's I guess a small difference. But like it's Ryuji Goda was the big Yakuza guy, and he had this big fight with this Kazuma Kiryu guy. So we're gonna let people see it. We're gonna call you this, and we're gonna call him this, and it has no place being talked about with the original fight. And like I said, that was AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. It was just bland. They didn't get enough time. And then it ended with a shitty DQ. Or no, it ended, and then Shinsuke Nakamura turned heel and kicked AJ Styles in the dick, which was not necessary. It was like the fucking Randy Orton thing. It's like, you don't need that. And then they kept feuding for a bit, and it just fell flat. And in the game here in Like a Dragon Gaiden, like it's not supposed to be the same exact thing as that original Ryuji. Like it is, the point is that you're facing an imitation. But yeah, I played all these games recently, and this was what came into mind as I replayed this recently. Was the
you weren't exactly wearing a white suit. You were wearing a different outfit from what I remember. But like
Spider-Man.
But no, like the way that it's always been described to me, especially like the whole Shinsuke Nakamura vibe, and like AJ Styles coming from TNA, where he was like built himself in the X division, to going over to New Japan and being a part of the Bullet Club and being a leader, right? He's like one of those whole leader things that was involved there. And then like Shinsuke Nakamura coming about, like there was a time period that I was away from wrestling and just didn't watch a lot of it, and to know that I missed all these amazing moments in wrestling in general, it sucks.
Yeah.
And like New Japan is like definitely one of those like notes in like things that's like, Isaiah, you need to take that little bit of time to watch some of those matches, because like you have like AJ Styles popping up there, you have Shinsuke, you have Takeshita, you have Okada, you have the Ace, you have him out over there, like you have all the Bullet Club stuff, which is happening in WWE, which I'm kind of curious about because they're doing that with Tama. But yeah, it is something. And then like knowing how like Yakuza is as a fighting game, and just like how it feels. I was watching this, and like that first part where like you beat him right before he drops you to fight the tigers. It's like, oh, you kind of beat him with one special move, and then it's just second stage of the fight. Then that happened, and then it's like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
The other one, it's like it starts out with the whole punch each other like thing, and like slow mos, and like I can tell the music's already intense. Like it looks cool. That looks cool. This is like, oh, they're building up, and then it's like, oh,
yeah,
pretty quick. It's standard quick boss fight.
So yeah, that's my pitch for StoryMania 3. Okay. Now let's go here. Like I said, we've got one more here from our friend Carlos Nerderde Rodriguez. Another one that I think he told me the boss fight. I think he told me the match too, but I cannot remember. So I know the boss fight, but we're gonna find out the match together.
Hey everybody, welcome to my little segment here in StoryMania 3. If you didn't know who I was, my name is Carlos Rodriguez, your doctor recommended dose of nerdiness, aka your nerd of day. You can see me right here from a little channel called Point in Progress. Peep the new logo. You guys get to see it first before anyone else. Oh my god, you should be watching StoryMania. It's like a WrestleMania debut, when they have their awesome outfits. But my good buddy Mr. Hawks, as you know, Storymoders, we're here. We're doing the damn thing. Invited me to submit another video. I was in StoryMania 2. If you didn't know, you should watch it. Cleve Adams was on that episode. Great episode. I would say
Khalif
one
was
of the
here last
highlights
year.
is my impeccable
Oh,
Macho Man Randy Savage impression. But I digress. We're not talking about
hear it.
StoryMania 2. We're talking about StoryMania 3. And when I was tasked to make a video, I had to think to myself, Carlos, most handsome man in the world. That's how I talk to myself, by the way.
He's not wrong.
If I were to talk about another boss fight in video games, what would I do? What can I, where can I go? Let's start with the boss fight era, right? I was like thinking about the most memorable boss fights you've
I just
seen
wanna
and witnessed and played through.
Make sure people
in
can
your
see the new
gaming
Point in
career,
Progress logo.
Carlos. And I was like, ooh,
Looks so good. I love that.
I
A lot
got
of
one.
fun.
But it's like, how do I equate that to wrestling? And now walk with me on this one. I think we're in an interesting part here. I'm going to start with the video game portion of it. Now, imagine this. It's 1998. You're popping in disc 1 of what would be one of the most classic PlayStation video games of all time, Metal Gear Solid, by the
Okay.
amazing Hideo Kojima.
It's gonna go with Crash Bandicoot,
Now,
but
I said this before, Hideo Kojima, one of the most
So fancy.
divisive people in all of media, whether it be video games, movies, any kind of entertainment. Very divisive, right? Dude's a weirdo. I'm not saying he's not. You're not saying he's not. He is. But he's awesome. In my
He
opinion.
is.
He popped this game in, and you are going through Shadow Moses. You're doing this mission. You came back out. You know, you get a little backstory for the MSX games that you didn't play because it's 1998. Or Carlos, you live in North Philadelphia. What the hell's the MSX? You've heard of these? You played the Tiger Electronic, Snake's Revenge. I digress. Anyway, you know, you get a little backstory up to date where Solid Snake is in this mission. Gets mission parameters and going through it. Going through Shadow Moses, you're sneaking your way through, you're figuring out the game mechanics. And you have to rescue this guy. And he sees all chained up to C4 all around him in this weird, dingy, wet, broken down, beat up like section of this base. And then you hear little tings of cowboy boots. And then you see the revolver
Oh,
spinning, little tricks, you know. So you see this weird old man coming out. And you are introduced to one of video games' most captivating characters. The boss, correct. Villain, most of the time. But one of video games' most captivating characters in Revolver Ocelot. So you see Revolver Ocelot for the very first time. And you fight him, you defeat him. His hand gets cut off for some reason. I digress. Yeah, I play the game. If you know, you know. And then what proceeds after that is this crazy game that is amazing, beautiful, all this other stuff, and he's still not dead. You stay by the credits, you hear that he's part of some bigger thing that we don't know yet. Flash forward to Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PlayStation 2. Doing the opening tanker mission, and there he is again. There he is. Now calling himself Liquid Ocelot? What? I could be getting ahead of myself. But you see this man, and you're trying to take him down. He's still not down. And he's part of this bigger, orchestrated thing. I'm not going to get into it because it's Hideo Kojima. And as I mentioned, he's a weirdo. I love him to death. Weirdo, though. So now we are a couple years later. You defeated a tanker mission. You beat Metal Gear Ray. You saved the world as this new up-and-coming guy. And Hideo Kojima releases his next Metal Gear Solid game. And you think, oh man, can't wait to see how the story's going to progress. No. It does progress, but backwards, in a way. It's Hideo Kojima. And here we are in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. And you see the complete origins of everything you've witnessed. And if you have the luxury of playing the MSX games, then yes, you see even the beginnings of that villain in Big Boss. You get an idea and you understand why Liquid and Solid look the way they look. their clones and who they are clones of, and you see the man in front of you. And then you meet a young, up-and-coming Russian soldier in the field who has revolvers, spinning them up, making weird ocelot sounds. I digress.
I've seen that clip.
But you make an ally out of him in a weird way. You fight him, make an ally out of him, and then what proceeds is more backstory games where you slowly build up the legend that is Big Boss. Fast forward, Metal Gear Solid 4, which we're going to discuss here in a moment, and it's the final culmination of everything leading up to all the fights, all the Lale Lilu Lo, all the... That's a thing, by the way.
I have an AirPod in. I'm going to
You know
grab a
you
drink real quick.
And here we are. The ultimate confrontation. One last time. Solid Snake versus Revolver Ocelot. You've been tracking him this whole game. You've been fighting him. His Fox die soldiers and all nano machine enhanced battlefield things that he's set up in place. You're finally going to take him down. The war is over. But there's one last fight. On top of Metal Gear. These two old men, these two old cowboys, shirts off, like psyched up,
Drops off, boys.
like injected, so they're in the peak top performance as they can to fight each other. And what proceeds is a knockout, drag down, fist fight on top of a mech. On top of a mech. On top of a Metal Gear. These two dudes are just beating the hell out of each other. It flashes back. You have the anime quintessential anime punches where like they both hit each other at the same time, and you know, like the Vegeta Goku thing. Their old health bars from Metal Gear Solid 1 pop up as they're beating the crap out of each other. You're doing CQC moves that you did in Metal Gear Solid 3 that you learned. It's just this culmination of everything that's come previously to it. And finally, you defeat him. You save the world. You take out Revolver Ocelot finally one last time. The record books. You're standing tall. Solid Snake. But the story's not done, right? For us. Now you get a little more backstory, right? Metal Gear Solid 5, Fate and Pain finally comes out. And you find out that Revolver was super hand in hand with Big Boss. And it's crazy to see how much Big Boss relied so heavily on Revolver. Or who knows if this is Big Boss. If you know, you know. I'm going to say that a lot because I don't want to give too many spoilers of this crazy ass storyline. And as well,
It's fair.
even
It's
if I
fair.
give you a spoiler, it just sounds crazier every time I say something. So now here we are.
Yeah.
There's a full picture in front of you who Revolver Ocelot is. A baby born in a battlefield. A generational talent, some would say, right? Second generation, third generation, technically, I think. Fighter, born in a battlefield. Raised by the wrong people. But he's like the guy, right? The guy that is born, bred, the prodigal son, the person who's supposed to be the best, right? He is the guy for all intents and purposes, right? You see him grow into this role. And then you have the machine manufactured person in his way, constantly stopping him, coming up once again, foiling his plans. And it reminded me of a certain prodigal son, someone who is a rare talent in professional wrestling, a third generation superstar from St. Louis, Missouri. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, my non-binary folk out there. I'm talking about Randy Orton and John Cena. In this case, I'm talking about Randy Orton, as in Liquid Snake, the prodigal son, the chosen one, the third generation, second generation, whatever you want to call him in this sense. Soldier, right? Randy's a third generation wrestler. He is the heir apparent to everything that is WWE.
Okay.
He's the guy. He's a chosen guy. Even
This
from
is good.
jump.
This is good.
SmackDown's telling us.
This is good.
Commentators
This is a
telling
really
us,
good take.
Everyone's telling us.
Yeah.
It's not there yet. He's so wet behind the ears, he's making weird cat sounds. But yet, as we see him progress, as we see him move on, gets chosen to a group, not unlike Revolver Ocelot in Evolution, and we see him rise to fame. We see him slowly become what we see today, 2026. As of this recording, in a few days, as you see this, vying for his 15th WWE Championship, grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. And we see him grow into this, right? And he's the guy. He's the guy that WWE television's telling us, hey, he has all the makings, head to toe. He is a WWE superstar. He is born and bred into this business. And yet, there's a foil. Because there's this man who is not necessarily born and bred into the business, works really hard, busts his ass for everything, and the machine gets a hand of him, creates him to be this ultimate good guy. Not unlike Solid Snake. Created in a lab, so would say, but very authentic to who they are. In John Cena, right? You know, he's this prototype, he calls himself when he's starting. And similar to this video game in 1998, 2002, you're in OVW, watching this new talent grow up. And you see the first match ever of Randy Orton, John Cena. And you're like, wow. People in that audience, I wonder if they saw something. They're like, wow, man, this is going to be one for the ages. Shoot over 2025. It's March. It's Backlash, St. Louis, Missouri, Randy's hometown. And now we have the third generation superstar, the one who was born and bred in this battlefield, right? Versus the machine-factured, but still true to his own roots, even though he's a heel at this point, John Cena. One last time. 23 years later, after everything we witnessed
I'm getting
in their
emotional.
history, 23 matches later.
No, this is beautifully put.
You know, I'm counting. If I counted that correctly, 23 matches in total throughout their history, one-on-one matches. And this is it. The last time. And not like two war-trodden old cowboys on top of a Metal Gear, John Cena and Randy Orton, give us everything they have 23 years later. Now again, imagine 1998, you're popping Metal Gear Solid 1 in your PlayStation. You just fought Revolver Ocelot for the first time. 10 years later, you popping your PlayStation 3 disc of Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. You go through everything, you're chasing, Ocelot down. And here you are. The war is over as soon as this one last battle happens. Two old cowboys, one last time. I mean, I couldn't think of anything more poetic. So, very long with it. But walk with me. Tell me what you think. John Cena, Randy Orton, one last time. Solid Snake, Revolver Ocelot, one last time. That's been my time. Mr. Hawks, everyone here at Storymoders, thank you for having me for StoryMania 3. And keep watching. Check out our friends. They're amazing. Love you guys. Bye.
God damn.
That was amazingly
Goddamn.
put. I need your script. I need your script.
Yes.
That was amazing. Just as amazing, honestly, as that comparison. The way, and I love that we were given that context of that story. Because then, like, as soon as we got to, it's like, okay, who's the wrestling people? It's like, oh, this is going to be really good.
Yeah.
And I had a few people that I think thought he was going to go to.
Yeah,
But as soon as he brought up Randy,
when
I was
he started,
that's it.
when he started talking about because like I said, my original plan for this year's Storymania, and I obviously wasn't able to do it, was I was like, tell me the boss fights, tell me the matches, don't tell me like the connection, just be like, hey, this boss fight and this match. And what I was going to do was like have the boss fight show up on YouTube, and then because I can't do like actual WWE clips, I'm once again that Tyler Bate Pete Dunne thing might get me fucked. But like I was going to just go into like WWE 2K and like simulate the match just to kind of have something on screen. And obviously I didn't this year. I was doing the Dose of Divas thing all week. Go check that out, Dose of Divas review on the Storymoders page. So I remembered it was a Metal Gear thing. Did not remember the match. So like I'm listening to him talk about the Metal Gear. I'm like, I wonder what the fuck is he gonna bring this up against? Was like Shawn Undertaker maybe?
I had that thought too. Was
You know
Shawn
what I mean?
Undertaker? I was like, that's really good.
But no, this is that's perfect. Those are two dudes that grew up with each other, and we were talking about them earlier. The whole
we were
that idea. What if they both got to 16, and then their last fight against each other is for the number set, this is the last time we're fighting, and it's for everything. It's for the history books. It's for fucking everything. And
like I'm watching it now and just like remembering the build up to this match. I was originally like kind of upset about the build up because honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Randy shouldn't have been the first opponent during this heel turn of like John Cena. I was like, nah, that's like definitely like a few opponents down. But besides the point, the way that is put, it's like, no, you're completely right. Like Randy Orton came into OVW and WWE was like, that's Bob Orton's son. We know that he's going to be phenomenal. Like, here he is. And then here comes this guy from Boston or from Massachusetts. I think he's from somewhere else around Boston, but
West
from
Newbury, Massachusetts.
Thank you. But he comes out of Massachusetts and he goes to OVW and he does all this great work. And then they pull him over to WWE, and it's a happen chance. Like he's talked about that whole they were looking for someone to do a match against Kurt Angle. He's like, I'll do it, and he goes out there, blows the crowd away, and then all of a sudden it starts this journey, and then we get John Cena, and John Cena is this magnetic personality that the crowd is so behind. Maybe later on down his career, people are not so behind. We won't talk about Super Cena, but when we come down to it, like it's this amazing career of his. And then we go back over to Randy was raised by Cowboy Bob Orton, like the greatest of his time, and his son is now like in this spotlight at 22, right? He was one of the youngest champions of his time, and I
think Randy Orton might still be the youngest world champion.
Yeah, and he deserves that credential because he's so good. And even now that he's like what 46, 47, something like that, he's getting up there. This is him like last year, y'all. He still looks good. Like Randy is, and this is after a spinal neck surgery too. Yeah. Like, Randy Orton is still out there fucking people up. And it's like, he's still doing this amazing job. And we won't talk about what currently is happening. But even then, I love seeing anytime Randy pops up. I have this shirt. Growing up and like seeing him that during the Attitude Era, during those matches with John, where he would be that wall, that reoccurring character that's always like, hey, you gotta still deal with me, you fuck. And like him and that whole, it culminating to coming back to Backlash. And now it's like these two old cowboys, as he said, are now like laying it all out for the last time that we will ever see them in the same ring competing against each other ever in one of their hometowns. This was in St. Louis. This is Randy Orton's backyard. Like, and I will say it was a really good match. Like they really did. It brought me back to that ruthless aggression era of seeing these two when they were younger and just again fucking themselves up for this spinner belt. We all remember the spinner belt. I love the spinner belt as much as people say they hate it. You know you love that shit. That shit's cool as hell. Come on.
I'll be honest. There's an alternate history where
Oh yeah.
in my living room right now, I've got the WWE Championship belt on the wall. The one with the the big WWE logo on the front of it, not the scratch logo. I could have gotten that one too. There's an alternate history where instead of buying that, I bought the spinner belt because it was also available for the same price. And
Dude,
I was like, I was on the
opportunity.
fence.
Dude, if I ever get the opportunity, I'm buying that belt. That was the belt that I remember the most. That I always remember because, again, going back to John, it was iconic. He made that shit. Like,
No, I
you know
loved
what I mean?
it for I loved it for his character. I was not. I wasn't a fan of it staying after he lost it. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't a fan of it.
And then
being
everyone redoing the plate.
the one. Yeah, I did not like that.
Yeah. Them doing the rated R plate, I didn't like either. It's like, it doesn't look good.
No.
Something about
And
the spinning W is
you've
works.
heard like, I don't know if you've read or heard this, but like Edge has said in the past about that specifically, his version of the spinner belt. He's like, I didn't want that. I had a bunch of other ideas for like my own belt, but we couldn't, like, they couldn't do it. This was the most we could do to make up my own thing. Aaron Roots in chat says, yeah, it was weird seeing Triple H wearing it. 100%. Yeah, it was that thing where there's two people. When I think of that belt, and I'm like, this fits for them. It's John Cena, and it's CM Punk.
Oh, I was going to say the Miz.
Like Miz, I can.
I feel like it worked for the Miz.
It did, but
Because you gotta remember that was Fedora era.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Yeah, but like CM Punk, just the
Oh yeah,
the shot of him winning it, like the shot of him holding it and blowing a kiss, is one of the most iconic shots in WWE history.
Oh, dude! Anytime they play that shot, I'm like, yeah. It's funny going like just trying to side bit to CM Punk. Like CM Punk, I always thought was an asshole heel, and to be cheering for him now because it's like, nah, I love the journey that I know he went on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's the journey of these wrestlers that you're always attached to, and it sounds like for Metal Gear, that was what, you know. Seeing Ocelot from this guy who was just, you know, making cat noises, throwing some revolvers, it's like, who is this guy going to be? To being one of the biggest villains of the game and like being that
yeah,
I see where you came from. I know who you are. You know,
I'm gonna show
and
you
like
my,
it's also a thing of like,
my Facebook profile picture.
You've shown me it before, and I'm still jealous to this day.
Yeah, that's me and my friend Nick with CM Punk right after he won the AEW title at AEW Double or Nothing. And as you can see, my friend Nick, see that shirt? Love that Danhausen.
Very evil.
Love that
Very
Danhausen.
evil. Very scary. So jealous.
But no, yeah, that's such a good fucking comparison because those Ocelot and what's his dick? Snake. Like they have a history, and it's like we're gonna do this forever. What is it? It was Batman Joker in Dark Knight.
Yeah,
it's like you and we're gonna do this forever.
We're tied together in this like story.
Yeah,
basically that is never ending, no matter what.
And not every wrestler gets one of those opponents. And even, you know, a few of those wrestlers have multiple of those opponents, and John Cena is one of them.
Oh,
John Cena, if you think like, hey, who is his guy? At the very least, you're thinking, is it Randy Orton or is it CM Punk?
I also throw Edge in there too. I feel like him and Edge's rivalry is amazing to me.
Yes.
Like, those are the three guys that I always think about when it comes down to those rivalries is Edge, Randy Orton, and fucking
Yeah.
CM Punk versus
Yeah.
those matches versus CM Punk were always amazing.
You think of like Roman Reigns, who is hard. He's got
Oh.
Seth Rollins,
Oh, Shield.
potentially Cody Rhodes. Like
Shield.
you could kind of think of that, but that's because like they were just
Yeah,
their
Yeah,
their
but-
history is almost like we're wrestling each other because Rhodes is a champion, Reigns is a champion, Cody won the Rumble, so obviously we're gonna wrestle each other at WrestleMania. But that's it. Like that's our storylines go from January to April.
yep.
But
And now that we're on different brands, it doesn't matter. But like, you're completely right. Like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns' stories are tied now forever.
Yeah.
Like Seth Rollins hitting Roman with that chair tied. Even like I will even say Dean Ambrose too is still tied to this, even though he's over there in AEW.
If Mox
Like-
ever went back to WWE, there is no like
That'd be the
he wouldn't
instant
go
where
back to
he'd go.
WWE and be like, now I'm gonna go after fucking Cody Rhodes. No,
No, he'd go. It'd be a Roman thing. It'd be
it'd
a
be
Seth
Roman
thing.
or
It'd
Rollins.
be-
Like it would be one of those two.
Dude, it'd be honestly, and it was funny because I was watching AEW the other day and like seeing like Mox do the stomp. It's like that's how you would do it. It'd be a thing of like a masked
Yeah.
hooded figure comes and stomps like Seth, and it's like who is it? And it's revealed to be Mox again. Like that. Oh my gosh! Just gave myself chills to think about that match happening. Like,
But
ugh.
so what is this now? 2 years ago, WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at the Link. Okay, I'm in the crowd. That main event, night 2, one of the greatest matches of all time. And that was part of StoryMania 2 last year, actually, was comparing that match to the kind of boss rush thing that you get at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Because you just get every fucking big name coming out and you're fighting them. But, in the crowd, in Philadelphia, watching that match, that bloodline rules between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and you have people coming out left and right and shit. And the music hits, and it's not Seth Rollins' song, it's the Shield theme song.
Yeah.
Sierra Hotel India. And for half a second, in my mind, and this is the beauty of pro wrestling, for half a second in my mind, I'm like, holy shit, they
Dean's
got
back.
Dean Ambrose.
Dean's back.
I was like, holy shit, they figured out some deal with AEW
Deal with it.
to get Moxley out here because this match
Oh my
this match
God.
is so like it was so just like massive and so majestic. I guess is a word that I could use for it. I was like, this, even though it's Reigns Reigns Rhodes, like this is a match between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Like this is part of their story, and especially with the night before, like with the
It really
tag match and
was.
everything. Like it was a part of their story. And when I heard that music hit, because you're expecting Seth Rollins, you're expecting his music to hit, and then that Shield
Yeah.
music hit, and I was like,
Burn it down.
like I said, for half a second, I was like, holy shit! Like they did they got Moxley in here just for this, nothing else. Just they figured out a deal to get him, and then Rollins comes out and he's in the Shield gear, and it's like that makes sense. But like just for that split second, I was like, oh my god, yeah,
Dude.
we went from fucking
yeah, I
Reigns
mean-
Cena to or Randy Cena.
To be fair, John Cena is also in that match, and also when I forget who submitted that video.
Yeah. That was another day. That was Carlos.
But yeah, when Carlos was talking, honestly, I was thinking a little bit about Roman and Cody too, because like they're both like generational talents. Roman, you can say if anything, was more like bred to be this thing under Vince McMahon to be like the top star.
Yeah.
1,345 days. That's a long fucking title reign, And I was hearing about that when I wasn't watching wrestling. It's like, yeah, there's this guy named Roman.
1,316 days.
Even the fact that it's over 1,000 is crazy.
I just remember that because it ends in 316.
Thank you. Actually,
Yeah.
good way of remembering it. Good point. Wow. Yeah, damn, they should have had Stone Cold. But no, like, he's kind of like was bred to be this major thing under WWE. And then you have Cody Rhodes, the guy of Dusty Rhodes, the guy, that made WWE in a lot of the ways.
Yeah.
It's his son. And his son is now gone off, created this company called AEW. It's like, what is that? Turns out to be this big deal, leaves that and comes back, and now him and Roman are having this feuds out of nowhere.
But that's not. I don't think that's matches exactly what Carlos was talking about, because those are two creations of the system.
Two creations, and that's why I had to be like, no, it's not those two. And then when Carlos mentioned Randy and John, it's like, no, that's exactly it.
That's it.
That's exactly what those two are. And I'm glad that he brought up OVW, because that's where WWE was getting a lot of their prospects. And so not only were those two down there, you also had Shelton Benjamin. You had Brock Lesnar. There's a lot of guys that came out of that. That are now the biggest of stars. That was their NXT.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And so, Carlos, that is the way you put that, the way you submitted that. I applause, because that is so on point.
One, like I said, made me a little sad, because it was very emotional, really. But two, once he was like, oh, Randy Cena, that's perfect. That's a perfect comparison.
It's such a perfect analogy. I need your dissertation on that.
Yeah, that was perfect, Carlos. We love you. Yeah, Raiiley, what did you? I know we kind of mentioned it. Did you have one specifically?
I was trying to think about it. The first thing, honestly, you brought up boss rushes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I was starting to, when you first asked me to come and do this, I was like, well, the obvious one that I know that has a lot of bosses and connects to me personally is Shadow Gloss. It's well, what is that equal to? It's well, what's a gauntlet match or something that is equal to that had all these big moments and led to this moment that is oh, that's powerful. And honestly, part of me was thinking about the WrestleMania 40 match, because that's what brought me back to wrestling in general, was hearing this story of all these big figures. I won't say the names, but just these big figures coming to help this person that was needing help. And it's these people that we haven't seen or heard of in years. And it kind of, when I think about Shadow Colossus, it's you're the story of this guy who's doing this thing to help somebody, and there's all these massive figures that you have to now beat. This is in your way. And I don't know, with that WrestleMania 40 match, I thought of all those guys that are coming back, that's your wall. Those are the people you're beating. Those are your colossi. Whether it's, Roman dealing with, John, or Cody dealing with Rock, that's your colossi. That's at least the first thing that came to me. Other than that, it was mainly thinking about a lot of these games and what these boss fights kind of what they connect to. And then I should have gone with how Carlos was thinking of it, which is go match first and then think of a boss fight. It's so maybe in the future I would actually have one. I in my notes I also wrote down Persona 3 is Persona a casket match, because I was you die in it.
Was it last year? I think it was last year. Persona 3 was part of it. It was the Nyx fight, which is like the final boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't remember the match that it was compared to though.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to last year's.
May have been. I think maybe it was like it was an Iron Man match. I think like it was Sean Brett. Just because like it kind of went on forever, you know.
Ooh, yeah, those two can go. Yeah. Other than that, I was also thinking about Tekken and all of their like fights and like, you know, thinking about, you know, especially like those final
Hero,
fights.
hello, welcome in. Chill out for a
Oh,
little
hi,
bit.
Hero.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Tekken has some amazing boss fights that's like I wish I had more knowledge about specific fights that I can like link it back to.
Yeah.
That weren't just like recent ones. It's like, oh, there's this
next year, Riley, Storymania 4. I'll let you know more than 20 minutes ahead of time. But I mean, if you watched the podcast, you would have seen the thing last week asking for clips. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, to be fair.
I don't
have a notifications on for a lot of things, to be honest with you. I get a lot of
you
notifications.
should
I'm like,
for Storymoders, because this is a weekly
so many
podcast
notifications.
from the coolest people that you fucking know, named Robert
It's funny
and
because,
Mike.
like, whenever I get like notifications, the Twitch ones stack up very quickly. It's like,
Yeah,
oh god,
do.
I don't know
Yeah.
who's live sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just getting on at the same times.
All right, Riley. I have an announcement for
Yes.
next week, but before we do that, where can people find you?
Hey everyone. You can find me at twitch.tv/Raiiley. That's Railey. Yes, there's two I's, mainly because I wanted stuff to be even. But yeah, you can find me there on Twitch. You can find me under that same name over on YouTube. If you put in that name plus VODs, you'll find all my old streams and all that. I haven't uploaded in a while, but it's a lot of all that stuff. And if not there, you can find me on BS, that's Blue Sky Tim, at bluesky.Raiiley. I think that's how that's usually set up. But other than that, like,
know. It's not my fucking
I think
Blue
that's
Sky.
how that's. It's not my blue. That's not my Blue Sky. But yeah, other than that, like, I'm always kind of around. You can see me pop into different people's like streams and all that. I'm here with the lovely Robert on Storymoders, and yeah. But yeah, please go give me a follow.
Yep. Hero, let me know if you are still in the chat there. Because since Dex isn't here, okay, and Mike isn't here tonight for him to see the surprise for him. All right, but this is next week's theme.
We're in for a good one.
Over 140 songs.
Yeah, this is. What's happening? That's rude.
No,
That's rude.
Robert.
That's rude.
I think that.
What
is
the
this?
fuck? What is this? This isn't Kingdom Hearts.
What?
This isn't.
think
This
you're
is
getting
Kingdom
hacked.
Hearts.
Robert, is this the? Did you upload the wrong video?
What the fuck is this?
Oh.
No,
Oh.
we're.
This is.
No, this isn't.
Did
Kingdom
you-
Hearts.
did
this
you make
isn't.
this?
Oh fuck. Oh.
Oh wow. Oh, he's dragged into this. Hey Robert, I think you're in for a good one next week. He's in for such a great one next week, audience.
Over 140 songs.
Look at that face. Look at that face. He's so excited.
This is not how this is supposed to go. I don't know. How the fuck did this happen? I mean, why is it calling me a bitch? That's rude.
It's those shiny hunters people that hacked GTA. They hacked your system. They're like, nah. Zelda. I didn't do it. It's not my fault. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You play those games, right? Those, yeah? You play, oh. No? You haven't, oh. So, wait, so who's forcing you to talk Zelda and how can I kiss them? Well, it wasn't me. I won't tell you that,
We'll see you next week.